Good morning. I'm going to put you on speakerphone now. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Brother Rick.
Good morning, Bob.
Wow.
Okay, we call this drainage trustees meeting to order. And we have a 9 o'clock conference call with Humboldt County to review and act on an updated MOU.
Yes, we have a full board here at Humboldt County. Terry and Trish are here also. So
We have a full board here as well. And Dean is on the phone by Zoom.
Okay, this is to update the MOU that we have done, like a month ago. And that would include the levies so that we wouldn't have to do a conference call when we do our joint levies. And I believe we are at 15,000 with you guys. So, and all paperwork will still go back and forth and get signed and shared, but this would just update it so we wouldn't have to include the levies or to have to make a phone call, conference call for the levies.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve the amended memorandum of understanding between Humboldt and Wright County with the change of not having to do a joint board meeting for the assessments to be re-levied.
Second. Probably gonna have to be seconded by us, wouldn't it?
I think it had.
Yes.
I will second it, Reimers. And Humboldt.
Wright County, all in favor?
Aye.
All Wright counties in favor of that?
All right, Humboldt County, how do we vote?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Humboldt County's all in favor.
Thank you.
So, do we have anything else we need to discuss?
Nope, we certainly don't, Rick.
All right.
Well, as always, it's great to talk with Wright County.
I miss you, Sandy.
Same here.
Miss you, Rick.
Well, before somebody tears up, we're gonna get out of here.
Mom, you love him. Say, love your brother.
Aw.
Oh, that's sweet.
Well, we'll discontinue this meeting as of right now.
All righty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
We're gonna.
You wanna do a little bit of this before the 9:15?
Yep.
Would you read the minutes from the previous meeting, please?
So the previous meeting was on July 7th, 2025, and they read as the Wright County Board of Supervisors met in regular session as trustees of the drainage districts with the following members present: Rick Rasmussen, Dean Clues, Lynn Lukes, and Betty Ellis. Also present were Courtney Morris, drainage administrator, and Amanda Meyer, auditor. Other interested parties were Robert Watts via Zoom. Motion by Rasmussen and second by Clues to call the meeting to order. Motion carried. Motion by Clues, seconded by Ellis to approve the tentative agenda. Motion carried. Minutes of the previous meeting on June 30th, 2025 were read and approved. Drainage claims for payment were approved. There were 2 work orders that were reviewed and approved. One for DD 105 in section 30 of Grant Township, reported as a blowout on a 26-inch tile. Second one is Joint Drainage District 121-54 in section 15 of Norway Township, reported as ditch washout in 2 spots. Morse presented the following 3 drainage invoices. First one was to the Wright County Auditor for Pitney Bowes for the Joint Drainage District 46-92 postage for the public hearing notices, which was $11.73. Second one was for CGA, Clap, Settle, and Garber It was to review the drainage footage for DD 62. That amount was $1,320. The last one was Mausoleum Construction, for DD 149 and section 24 Woolstock Township for $321. Motion by Clues and seconded by Lukes to sign and approve invoices for payment, except the Mausoleum Construction invoice due to a calculation discrepancy. Motion carried. The trustees went into recess at 9:05 a.m. The trustees returned at 9:15 a.m. for a conference call with Webster or Franklin County trustees to review and act on updated MOU and receive and discuss petition to establish drainage district within Joint Drainage District 111-3, take possible action to appoint an engineer and discuss option for Control County to be Wright County. Present on conference call were Franklin County Supervisors Chris Vaness, Gary McVicker, and Richard Lukensmeyer. Katie Flint, auditor, and Colette Bruns, the drainage clerk. Wright County Chairman Rasmussen called the meeting to order. Morse began the discussion explaining the updates to the current MOU, stating the main change was adding verbiage for how joint drainage assessments will be handled. She also motioned that the word percentages be changed to amounts in the last sentence of the communication paragraph. Motion by Wright County Clues, seconded by Franklin County Vaness to approve the updated MOU with Franklin County with the correction to the communication paragraph. Motion carried. Morris explained that a petition to establish drainage district within Joint Drainage District 111-3 was submitted by Robert and Don Latham. There are 2 signatures on the submitted petition. The request is to have previously installed private tile that was connected to the 100 feet of lateral 5 become a district asset. The entire project will be solely in Wright County and will have no financial effect on Franklin County landowners. Motion by Franklin County Vaness and seconded by Franklin County Vickers for Wright County to take control of this project. Motion carried. Wright County Chairman Rasmussen adjourned the meeting. Motion by Ellis and seconded by Cluth to receive the petition to establish drainage district within Joint Drainage District 111-3 and appoint McClure Engineering for the project. Motion carried. Motion by Cluth and seconded by Rasmussen to adjourn the meeting. Motion carried.
Any additions or corrections? Not, they stand approved as read. Any drainage claims, Courtney?
Yes, there was 7 of them. We have the one for the postage going to the Wright County Auditor for the Pitney Bowes, the CGA. And then we had one for Franklin County Auditor for the 2025 assessment payout. We had the funds available to do that, which was previously approved at assessment time. And then we had 4 additional ones that were paid out for the Wright County Auditor for 2025 assessment outlot fees and a 2025 assessment outlot fees and 2024 admin fee, which those were all previously approved during assessment times. So we had funds in those, so those are in there to transfer the funds.
Motion to approve them.
I'll make a motion to approve the drainage claims.
I'll second.
All in favor? All ayes. Thanks, Dean. Open forum for public input regarding drainage districts. I accidentally skipped that one. Or guess I didn't know. If nothing else, review and act on drainage work orders.
We have 2 work orders. The first one is for Lynn's area for Joint Drainage District 215 on the main and section 5 of Pleasant Township. Supported by Chris Vaness as a 16-inch tile blowout out in the field. Is my understanding that the landowner has requested that the repair not get fixed until the crop is out. But that is that one. The second one is for Betty. This is in Drainage District 7 and section 11 of Vernon Township. It is reported as a washout in a cave in the ditch bank. I had a message from Joey Hara. He was out checking the ditches, doing his rotation, and he came across a washout in a substantially deep cave, maybe 3 feet back.
Oh, further than 3 feet back.
further than
Oh,
3
yeah.
feet.
It's huge. I went out and looked at it and it goes way back. I'm
Yeah.
surprised that more of a ditch bank hasn't caved in
Yes.
over it, so.
Sent Betty the information that I had received in the pictures and had her go out and take a look at it and take some additional pictures, so. Definitely think that we need to get that one taken care of as soon as possible before that rest of that top comes in.
Right.
So. Could probably walk in there and almost stand up in that hole, it's
Oh, yeah.
pretty large.
Mhm. So, and I talked to the landowner who farms that ground and it happens to be, they also do drainage work, black dirt drainage. And so they're gonna go look at it today or tomorrow and get back to me, so whether they wanna take on that project or not.
And they did send in their updated certificate of insurance, so we
Okay,
have that
so
too,
I'm gonna say they probably do wanna do it.
most likely.
Yeah, thank you.
Review and sign any open drainage invoices.
We just have the one invoice, which was the Mazdam construction from last week. I reached out to Melanie Mazdam and, she did catch that there was the error. It should have been 500 instead of $50 on that first itemized item. So the new total is $771 for the work order in Drainage District 149, Section 24 of Woolstock Township.
Your motion to approve that?
I'll second.
All in favor? All ayes? Okay. Are they on yet or not?
We are joining them. Calling into their meeting. They do go to. You might have to do it for 'em, Betty. Walk over.
Thanks.
We have for their meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on the paper that I just gave Betty.
Oh.
do you wanna do it there or?
We'll just stay on the line with them because they'll have both items 8
Yeah.
and 9. And Franklin County is joining their meeting also, so then they'll just disconnect and move to the second one. Approve the tentative agenda, or did we jump right?
No, we jumped right into it.
I'll make a motion to approve the tentative agenda.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
All ayes. I skipped it, sorry.
Well, we have the 9 o'clock conference call, so. We were too eager to talk to each other.
I wasn't.
Lee is supposed to be here for, yeah, so.
Good.
Did our secondary roads fly the drone footage also on DD 62?
That is the footage.
Mm-hmm.
So what he reviewed was that footage, and the
Oh,
still
it
that I
was
took
the-
from it.
Reviewed, okay, so
Yeah.
the claim that was done was to review the drone
Yes.
footage, not to,
Not to take
Take
footage, no,
I'm sorry,
no.
I guess I didn't read close enough, sorry.
I watched the video, took all the stills like I did with the others.
Yeah.
And then we sent it off to Lee to have him review. For Ashley's request.
Yeah.
And this is, what he found and what I sent you guys in the email for the packet for today
Mm-hmm.
is what he sent back. With the pictures with all his notes on them. So you guys can follow along as he kind of goes through it.
For some reason, we can't do the camera.
You could probably do the camera now.
Ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, it's 9:20, conference call with Hancock County to review and act on updated MOU.
Hancock County and Franklin County.
Sorry, 9:15. Can you guys hear us? Super. Good. Okay, all the, Betty, Ellis, Lynn Lukes, Rick Rasmussen, Ashley, and Dean Cluse is on Zoom. And numerous people in the public and whatnot, and Courtney Morris as the drainage, clerk there.
Right. Okay, so this MOU with Hancock, Franklin, and Wright is for 3 drainage districts that are Wright County control. This, update to the MOU is just to add verbiage so that at assessment time, we can meet as separate boards and not get on a conference call, to get those assessments approved for that assessment year.
Any questions?
Any questions? Dean made a motion to approve the MOU as said. Wright County, how do you vote?
Aye.
All ayes in Wright County. Thank you. Anything else? If not. Yep,
Hancock County has to stay on.
yeah, I know, I'm just getting to that. Okay, Hancock County, you still on? Super. Be the lead on that one, Courtney, or
We both have, districts in this one. It's the same as what we just did though. Just added the verbiage for the assessments to be able to do, separate meetings instead of doing a conference call at assessment time to approve those assessments, so.
they? Motion to approve, Wright County. Rick Rasmussen.
I think Sis did.
This,
Yeah, I think she did. Sis, did you second that?
Courtney, the only other question on the, for the, when you list the drainage district, should they be joint JDDs instead of just drainage districts? Was that something that we had discussed last week also on the other one?
those are changes that Franklin County had made on the one with them.
Okay.
This was what was given to us by Hancock County,
Mm-hmm.
so unless they prefer to have it updated, either way is okay.
I don't have a problem with that. I know that was something
Yeah.
that they
Yeah, I know Franklin counties, there was one that was JDD and the rest of them were DD, so it's just to make it consistent.
Yeah.
All these are consistent with all DDs, so.
Wright County, how do you vote?
Aye.
All ayes, Wright County. Thank you.
You wanna close the joint drainage?
Yes, I would like to close the joint meetings. I'll make that a motion. Okay, we're done, thank you.
Sounded like they didn't wanna make a motion because their meeting was still going on.
Okay, we'll be in recess for 5 minutes.
Rick, did you see him?
Okay, we're back in session as drainage trustees to discuss drainage district 62 drone footage and take possible action to appoint a CGA as engineer. Lee, the table is yours.
Thank you. I'm Lee Galentine at PGA.
Watch your knees when you sit down in there.
Courtney warned me. Okay, I'll just sit sideways so I can bring you to that. So Courtney had sent me, the drone footage along with some still, stuff she had picked out. She got really good eyes. She picked out, I think, 99% of the stuff that I saw too. So I don't know if you want to just go through the photos individually or just summarize or what you want to do.
What would you guys like to do?
We can flip through the pictures.
Okay.
Bless you.
Sorry,
Jesus.
goodness.
So, anything that's got the red marker, that's what Courtney found. Her comments, are in the black, mine are up above in the green. So one of those, the tile outlet's broken and needs repair. The other two spots look like they're just bank erosion, so. Not the end of the world, but you don't want that bank erosion to continue or all of a sudden you'll end up after big belly wash with a bunch going out of the bank, so. Okay, so we'll move to the next one. Again, that's a broken tile outlet all the way down there like that. That'll need repaired. That one probably won't cause as much bank erosion, but the problem is depending on what material it is, if it's a spiral corrugated metal, it's start unwinding and work its way back into the bank. I'll go to the next one. That looks like just straight up bank erosion. I'm not 100% sure. It could possibly be a deer track, but I think it's bank erosion since it doesn't go back up the other side. Next one. So the lower circle again is bank erosion. The upper circle is bank erosion, but it's actually because you got a tile outlet on one side that's putting out enough water velocity, it's causing erosion on the other bank. So that's a good spot where you could put in some riprap to try to cure that or dissipate that energy before it erodes your bank.
And that bottom circle is also a tile.
Yes, yes, and I label it as bank erosion. It's entirely possible, maybe it's just settling over the top of the tile. I don't know, but either way, that low spot in there, it's a good spot where erosion will start happening. Again, bank erosion on the lower two circles. The upper circle, I think that's just vegetation change. I don't think there's any erosion going on there, but. That one is also above a tile. It looks like it's either settling or bank erosion, one of the two. That's definitely above a tile, same thing, bank erosion or settling, one of the two, but either way, you wanna get it handled before it gets worse.
When you say hand, would you put riprap over top of something like that, where is the tile, or do you just fill in with dirt, or what is the suggestion?
Something like that, I probably just filled in with dirt, because it's had vegetation there in the past, so it isn't like nothing's growing there. Once you get that kind of leveled off and some vegetation growing, I think you'd be fine. You can put in,
that tile in, about 2 years ago.
yeah,
Okay,
we can put riprap over any of those you want, it just starts to get a little cost prohibitive if you start doing that on all of them,
okay.
you know?
Where you guys, right there at the road ditch there, that culvert is coming in, the road ditch is plugged, because your road constantly gets flooded right there to the right. You might wanna look at replacing that culvert, so you don't have road flooding
Underneath the driveway,
underneath that, yeah, the north driveway there on the right,
okay,
right there.
yeah,
That, the water eventually gets through there, but it actually, this last time, the gravel road was completely underwater. And the south side was flowing in, north side was not.
the culvert in the main ditch itself, the district ditch flows, you're talking about the culvert underneath. the
I'm talking about
driveway.
the culvert in the driveway. It's
Okay.
plugged.
So that.
Not a district issue, it's.
Like right.
Well, it goes into the ditch.
Right.
So right here,
That's a secondary roads.
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
so right there, so it's essentially a driveway culvert that it performs the same as a surface drain.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it does,
Mhm.
but yeah, that definitely would be secondary road.
Yeah.
Again, there's a couple tile lefts with some bank erosion. That actually, you can see it almost looks like it's getting back into here a little bit farther. That may be to the point where you wanna put some riprap in, and it depends what the soil will start looking like when you get in there, if they're weedy soils or sand pocket or something there. Or if it's good black dirt, you just eroded, dragon fiber just soil. Again, that one's actually a tile outlet or a surface drain. I wasn't certain, because I wasn't certain what that box was off to the right.
Oh, what was those boxes, Dean, that we were talking about?
They have some edge of field practices there.
Bioreactor.
Control structure for either saturated buffer or a bioreactor.
Okay, so then that's a tile outlet, then if it's a saturated buffer. I was wondering that, if you had some
Yeah.
going on there. Okay. The lower picture, I couldn't tell what the other one is. The upper picture that I got circled in the big red circle, that appears to be like a whole blank slough. So that may be a case where if we get in there, and it is sandy soil, you may need riprap, but usually if you can get some good black dirt on there and get some vegetation going, they'll be okay. So that's a little bit different than most of what we've seen, because that is just a kind of a whole, I don't wanna say landslide, but mini bank failure. Usually there's a reason why, it's either lack of vegetation or some sand or something going on, or a weepy pocket.
It's not the first time that area has done.
So it's got a history, so maybe that's a good time to, put in riprap if it's done it before. I mean, if it's reoccurring, that's good history to know.
Mhm.
Again, small slough off, same type of thing. Dry soil issue. There's a tile outlet that's causing some erosion. It's always a tough thing with those tile outlets, cause if you put them out far enough that they don't erode the toe of the bank, then the ice action starts bending them and busting them and everything else, so it's that, where's the sweet spot? Something like that, you'd probably be better off where it's flowing that much, putting some riprap underneath it, so it's got.
So I was gonna say, you put riprap underneath it instead of having it stick out so far.
Yeah, cause the length of it I like, actually, because you get much longer than that, and the ice will just kill it. I mean. Yeah. Yeah, so that might be bank erosion again. Getting tile outlet with erosion going on around there. Yeah, so there was some erosion going on, not necessarily just the outlets, but, you can see it around that tube, but there was some erosion. I mean, it starts getting cold and then it narrows back in. Not unusual, it's just always tough to take an open channel, put it in tube and take it back out. Because the water flow characteristics should change, you know. There's some debris in the channel, I have no idea what that is. I mean, it almost look like foam or some construction material, I'm not sure. And then there's another tile outlet, that one looked like it was broken. Another broken tile outlet. What debris? Tile outlet. Those again are sloughs. There's another spot where you got some sloughing going on. That's a better picture of the upper slough. Like I said, it looks like it's some soil issue or something happening there, not sure what. That was a decent size, I label it as a slough, but maybe there's a tile outlet in there back behind there that's causing some erosion, I'm not positive, you won't know until you actually physically see it. But something's causing that. Bank erosion, I think that lower bank erosion is just probably from the surface drain, kind of blowing across. And there was this crossing, there was erosion on the downstream side of it too. Coming at it this way, the drone didn't show it well, but as you get over the top, you can kind of see it. Again, erosion or settling over that pipe. Not sure what you're going on there. That looked like there was some concrete debris in there. I don't know whether it's serving a purpose to try to stabilize the bank or it just got shoved over the side. Hard to say where it's that close to the road. And then the other circle, I think, is just vegetation change.
There is a tile that is coming in, on the other side, you can kind of see it, yep, right there.
Okay, so maybe that is some erosion going on. Look like there's more debris down there. Again, there's some kind of straight line real erosion, you know, where it gets in through and just wants to run in the middle. So again, obviously on the, well, you noted this as new tile work on the left side. On the right side, there was some more settling at an existing tile outlet. Again, that'd be a good spot for riprap. It's a little short, but I'd prefer that over longer. Slough and then erosion around some surface drain. You notice most of these kind of slough areas are like right in or around a curve. Again, the water changing direction just doesn't do the thing. Yeah, that appeared to be a little bit bigger slough. There you can see some erosion going on both sides. And that upper piece, I think, is because of the forcing that water back out of the tube or letting it back out of the tube. The lower side, I'm not sure if there's a tile outlet going on there or just a flat erosion. Tile outlet again, that one was laying down, so unless it's just a random piece of pipe, it needs fixed. Sloughing going on there. You'll notice as you get farther down toward the outlet, this whole thing gets a little bit woollier and wilder. The channel knows a little bit more of this and the banks look a little uglier. There's probably a broken tile outlet there. That's definitely a big surface drain that needs reinstalled and filled back in. Again, another spot of bank erosion going on. So yeah, multiple spots of bank erosion. That old crossing, that looked to me like it's used or is usable. I'd recommend removing that. I'm truthfully surprised it's still standing.
After this weekend, it might not be.
Yeah, you know, the drone flying over might have been enough work. And then the last one, there's just a little brush down there. Needs to just want to remove for beaver dams. You know, typically, like I said, it gets wilder and woolier as you go downstream because there was probably some type of channel there at one time that they dug out to make this open ditch. So they didn't have near as much soil to make good spoil piles to prevent that side erosion. You know, every ditch does that when you get to the bottom end. And Courtney said this had been cleaned out not that long ago, what, 10 ago?
Yeah.
That's the most.
Yeah, so I said, well, you might wanna look at silt, that's always a good consideration, but this was cleaned out 10 years ago, maybe you have some in there, I doubt it.
Mhm.
That's all told, the priorities obviously are the places that are causing erosion. So those, and so the tile outlets are broken, any place that's eroded in the bank, any place you got sloughing, those are kind of the three priorities. The other things that could be fixed is the removal of the debris or the removal of the trees. Those are really lesser priorities, because that debris, especially that stuff that look like foam floating, it's probably not even there anymore. Those trees are nice to get rid of, but obviously what you're discharging into, they can go another 50 feet. If they want to build a dam, they'll grab a tree, so. So that's the priorities of them.
I have one
Yes, go
question.
ahead, sure.
Since I'm new, kind of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
drainage and stuff, so I'll have him put that back up.
Yeah, not a problem.
Um,
No problem. Yeah, there it goes.
So in that picture, it looks like that pipe is underwater and from the rain that we have gotten, and this wasn't like after, this was before we got a whole bunch of rain and it was already underwater. In situations like that, what do you recommend doing?
I would guess, and this is just a guess, of what has happened is that pipe is either bent or broken. And that if you actually took that tile outlet and extended it straight out, it wouldn't be underwater.
Gotcha.
I think it's probably eroded far enough back that has happened.
Okay.
There are certain cases where the tile's just installed lower than the water level and you just gotta live with it. You can't do much about it. It's just a submerged outlet.
Gotcha.
As long as the silt's gone. If there's silt in there, then it'd be different.
Right.
And that doesn't look like it's a very deep area there either.
Mm-mm.
No.
No, and it wasn't when I had looked at that area, it wasn't.
There's
I just-
actually peat soils on both sides of that too.
And that doesn't help support that tile outlet if it's peat soil.
Gotcha.
So yeah, typically, no, Tyler doesn't want that, we don't want that, it does occasionally happen, but I bet you that's either bent or broke.
Gotcha.
Would be my gut reaction.
The other thing is like on some of those where it looks like it's a washout or some sloughing and it's got grass grown over it again. Would you really wanna touch that or just leave it? Because, I've seen a lot of other ditches that have old sloughing, but because of the grass and everything, it's stabilized again.
That is the
And
risk.
because
you
it
run.
really looks, it's clean, it's a straight line, it's not like the sloughing has caused meandering all around.
Yeah, that is always the risk that you run, is anytime you do anything in the bank, you are removing that vegetation and destabilizing. And you're hoping you can get that vegetation to grow back before you get erosion again, but yeah, you can easily have that happen. Kind of like with trees, if you got big trees, the question always is, do you cut them and treat the stumps and leave the stump because that root system's in the bank? Or do you try to grub them out and then you got bare soil and try to get it to grow?
Cut it,
Yeah.
treat the stump.
That's my usual gut reaction, but sometimes landowners like, nope, I want it out and get it out. But yes, anytime you destabilize the bank, you run the risk of causing.
I can
additional
see
damage.
the ones where there's the pipe that's going through and the pipe needs work, you're gonna have to fix that. But some of those are just like maybe some sloughing or a little slide or whatever, but it looks like it's stabilized by grass.
Yeah, the good thing is even in those slough areas, it didn't look like it was impeding the channel width itself.
Right.
So the ultimate goal, obviously, is flow and drainage, so it didn't look like that. Now, maybe there's some underwater, but.
Yeah.
That's always a fine line. My classic example is, some farmers, like on tile district, I can't have a blowout, I need it fixed right away. I had one about 4 years ago, there was a 90-year-old guy and said, I don't have enough money to fix this. As a district, I don't even want to pay the assessment. I said, well, you're losing black dirt. He goes, I can afford to lose black dirt. I can't afford to pay your assessment. So, there's always different
Yeah.
perspectives with landowners of what
Yeah.
level of perfection you want or
Correct.
disrepair you want in your system.
Mhm.
That's why we got the hearings, so you can hear all those voices, you know?
Right.
And the last clean out was at the end of 2014.
Okay.
And that was done.
I mean, unless it's got a history of every 15 years you need to clean it, I doubt there's much silt in it.
Yeah.
I've seen very few ditches cleaned out that often.
It also just, it got started, you know, not too far from you. It's not like it's got miles and miles ahead of it,
Yeah.
Right.
bringing silt in.
Yep.
And then Lee, what was your opinion on?
Oh, yeah. Yes, so just ballparking and construction cost, I'm not talking if you went to engineering bid letting, all that, just construction, I'm thinking you're in that 80 to 100,000 range. And I think Courtney and I talked about engineers reports. I believe my reading of code is that's at the range where you still need to have a public hearing, but you don't have to have an engineer's report unless you want an engineer's report. With the code revisions they did a few years ago now. I don't know if you got a different reading of it, but.
Yeah, I, reached out to our drainage attorney at IDDA, and he sent us an updated kind of flow chart that we go by,
Okay.
and I believe it pretty well matches that.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean, cause my understanding was that code update, the objective of it was to not have an engineering report for everything. It wasn't to keep the landowners less informed. It was, hey, you know, every time you spend 25 grand, you don't, or 50 grand, you don't need an engineer's report to tell you what to do, because that doesn't buy much anymore.
But if the landowners request an engineer's report?
Gladly do one.
Or you guys can request one as well.
Yes, yep, you guys can request one as well. You're just not required to do it at this level of cost.
Mhm.
And trustees may, but we have to have a public hearing.
Yes, you will have to have public hearing. And you can't split it up just to avoid any of that.
Right, right.
For Iowa code, we can't split all these different repairs up to try and keep it under that $50,000 mark. So that we don't have to go through a public hearing and everything, it has to be done as one project.
Right.
In truth, I mean, drainage districts are about your most basic form of. Those people that are benefit are exactly the ones that are paying, so. For the cost of public hearing, why not have one, you know, keep them informed,
Keep them informed, yes.
Right.
you know what I mean?
Was this the one that I told you was only like 3 point something miles long?
Yeah.
It's a very shorter
Mm-hmm.
ditch, so. A decent amount of spots in 3 miles.
Mm-hmm.
But
So.
overall, still functioning, looks like fairly
yeah.
decently.
Right. So if an engineer was appointed, would they go out and mark all of the sloughing and all of the tile? I mean, is that what an engineer would do, or would you send pictures like this and say, fix this, fix this, fix this?
So you're saying like if you had the hearing and everybody's like, yeah, definitely needs done, we're gonna go to a public bid letting.
Mm-hmm.
We would go out and we'd survey those locations so we know where they're at. That way we can put them on the plans in a table format. You know, for the contractors, so they know where they're doing this work. And then as far as actual during construction in the field, that's up to you guys, how much you want us out there. You know, pipe jobs, we're usually out there all the time, open ditches, maybe it's halftime. We've got a few where they're like, no, we'll just watch them and just get us through the bid letting. So,
Mm-hmm.
fill your guys' call on that.
I personally feel that these are pretty general repairs and that we don't need a full-blown engineer's report on it. But I'd like to just maybe today set a hearing and let the landowners decide what they feel.
I mean, if you did ask for an engineer's report, unless you wanted me to go out in the field and look at something different, I literally wouldn't go in the field. I'd just put this in the appendix C's and drop the report. So my report ain't gonna be much different than what you already got. So
Oh, okay.
I have no problem not doing the report. I mean, it's.
Mm-hmm.
So if we have a public hearing in this, will you be here as well?
Yeah, gladly.
Mm-hmm.
I guess what I'm saying is if you ask for an engineer's report, unless you want me to go out in the field and look at something, you aren't gaining much value for what it's gonna cost you, because you already got the information.
Well, I just
Yeah.
trying to consider landowners, the cost that's gonna be assessed to the landowners.
Yeah.
And, with the corn and bean market the way it is right now, it's not real lucrative, so.
Yeah, even when it's higher, it's still not lucrative for everybody, so. Farming's
Drainage
tough
is
gig.
good, drainage is always good,
It is,
but
farming's a tough gig.
it is, so,
Betty, I don't know if we can set a public hearing date and time since it's not on the agenda.
true.
So how many acres are you talking in this drainage district?
I did not look up the number of acres, I only have looked up the number of miles that the district was, and it was about that 3.12, I think is what it was. So, acres, I don't know what the district is, I'd have to go upstairs and look at that. For that district. But because it's the open ditch, it would be everybody in that district, it wouldn't be
Right.
like a portion, like if it was a lateral or something, so. I believe I told you.
No, I don't remember seeing how large the district was, area wise here.
So do you want it on the agenda next week to do for a,
Set up a date and time
Set
for
up
public hearing,
date
yeah.
time?
Mhm.
Well,
And then we'll let you know when that hearing is, and if you have maybe an idea of estimated cost of engineering, the
Sure,
engineering portion of that,
yeah. I'll
that would
definitely
be
do
very
that, yeah.
beneficial for the landowners to know.
Yeah, I just didn't wanna put my cost in there and then that cost looks like you need a report when really, whether you need a report or not is based on construction, not
Okay,
professional.
gotcha.
So I've had that happen a few times where you take off the engineer, you're right on the borderline, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah, do you guys have a rough date you're thinking for me, or do we just wanna talk? I just want here, I never had a
It's
chance.
Right.
it doesn't have to be 40 days, does it? To hold this hearing?
Well, if you wanna kind of stick by
I
the
would.
code, I probably would.
Oh, okay, so close to 6, all right. All righty.
It'll be sometime September, possibly.
Well,
It's
yeah.
gotta be 40 days.
Mhm.
Let me put it this way, I'm wide open in August and September on Mondays, other than the 11th of August, which that's too quick anyway.
Yeah,
Should we do like September?
No, less than 40.
Yeah,
No
so
more
should we look at the 15th?
25th of August would be the earliest.
Mhm. How about the 8th, September, plan on like September 8th? Is that too far out or?
no, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Keeps in our guidelines and,
Yeah, I'll just pencil that in and then you can.
We'll have to
confirm when you
make that
set
a
it.
motion next week.
yeah.
Put that on the agenda.
Yeah.
I just thought there was no.
Jerry, we looked at on the weekend. It was about 2,351.8 acres. Okay.
It's $38 an acre, if it's spread evenly over all acres.
And that's a good guide, the one thing I guarantee is it won't be even.
Yeah. Right.
Cause the guy that ends up paying less than that will never mention it, but the guy that pays more will be like, well, at the hearing you said.
Okay, thank you, Lee.
Yes, thank you all.
That conversation, we are abiding by the, 468.14, the notice. We're gonna make it, not less than 40 days and all of that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
That'll be next week that we set that public hearing
Yep,
date.
yep.
If-
I get it.
Amanda, you said
Thanks.
2,000 acres?
Yeah, 2,351.8.
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you, Lee.
Thank
Let me
you.
know if you need anything on that.
Okay.
Anything else before the drainage trustees?
Do we need to do anything about the second part of?
Yeah.
Item 10,
Yeah,
so we should table that?
you could table it in case the landowners choose that they want to have an engineer appointed. And then,
But it's just possible action until we don't
So we don't need to do
So
anything with
the
it?
minutes will just say no
Okay.
action taken.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn as drainage trustees,
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All ayes. Okay, now we'll be as Board of Supervisors. I need approval of the tentative agenda.
Second.
Motion, second by Dean, all in favor?
Aye.
All ayes. Would you read the minutes of the previous meeting, please?
These to view the minutes of the drainage meetings, the drainage minutes on the county website. Chairman Rasmussen called the regular meeting of the Wright County Board of Supervisors to order at 9:38 a.m. Members present were Clues, Rasmussen, Lutz, and Ellis, with Bosch absent. Motion by Ellis and second by Lutz to approve the tentative agenda. Motion carries. Minutes of the previous regular meeting of June 30th, 2025 were read and approved with one correction. Approved claims for payments. Chris Oliver, Wright County Veterans Affairs Administrator, presented the 28E agreement with Hamilton County and Duke County for sharing the Veterans Affairs Administrator. Hamilton County does not currently have an administrator. Wright County and Sioux County are working to get Hamilton County Veterans Affairs back up and running. Ellis would like the 28E agreement to have the salary reimbursement rate include FICA, IVERS, and health insurance. Motion by Clues, second by Ellis to approve the 28E agreement with Hamilton County and Cassuth County and amend the reimbursement rate to include FICA, IVERS, and health benefits. Motion carries. Motion by Clues and second by Ellis to receive the monthly revenue report from the Wright County Sheriff. Motion carries. Motion by Clues and second by Ellis to receive the cash report from the fiscal year end 2024-2025. Motion carries. Jeremy Addis, Assistant to the Wright County Engineer, gave an update on the secondary roads permit. Motion by Clues and second by Lukes to adjourn the meeting. Motion carries.
Any additions or corrections? If not, they stand approved as read. Okay, claims have been around, open forum to the public. Yep,
Okay, I got two items in picture. I'll start with one of them. Right on the west edge of Eagle Grove, in the road ditches, there's 12 dead trees going out towards the cemetery. It's outside the city limits, but I don't know where the working agreement is with the city, as far as how far out you guys, where you guys take control, if that's Eagle Grove's problem or if it's the supervisor's problem. So both north and south sides of the ditch, they were planted there by Carl a number of years ago anyway. They're all dead. I don't know whose responsibility it is that's they're all in the road ditch. But I don't know the working agreement you guys have with the city and how far out. Cause I know where the city limit ends doesn't necessarily mean where the city's responsibility is.
Are you talking by the new co-op's office?
Gold Eagle
Oh,
office,
Gold Eagle.
yes,
Office.
west of there,
And you go
north and
west.
south of the sides of the
And
road,
is that before the dredge ditch or after the dredge ditch?
both,
So that would be all county,
all counties.
yeah.
But I don't know the working agreement the county
I'm
has.
sorry, I missed it. What's the ditch?
There's about 14 dead trees,
Oh,
but I don't know the working agreement where Eagle Grove stops.
corporate limits, as a rule, because they're not under a certain
So
population.
So it'd be more county okay, I just wanted to bring it to the attention of, there's probably 12, 14 dead trees in the road.
Yeah, so some of those agreements are based on smaller cities, the under 750s or under 500s, I can't remember what the number is, but yeah, corporate limits is where everything's
mhm.
cut off at, so we'd be us if it's out west of the
Okay.
corporate limits.
Okay, I'll bring it to your attention that there's 15 dead trees there. Second thing is, the gravel road on 270th. Got narrowed up a lot more than what the Rich Christian and I were informed it was. It's currently at 20 feet from gravel to gravel. It was 30 feet. Blacktops are 22 feet. And, two trucks passing each other, whether it's county dump trucks, their legal width is 17 feet. And so with the crown that's currently on there, it's very dangerous as far as, I want to rethink, because originally we were told it was going to be in that 25, 26 foot width. at 20-foot gravel to gravel, it's narrow. And we're very concerned about having them continue the rest of the way. We both have to get out of our driveways with semis. And I think it's gonna end up being a big problem.
So set forth by the DOT under IM 3.210, the recommended width is 20 drivable, 26 shoulder to shoulder. So it is exactly what design aids say it should be.
Okay.
That's only 2 foot less than, like you say, a blacktop.
Black.
So currently you're at 28 to 30. We can't maintain that width. If you notice, the road's starting to get birds.
It's
So we just can't take care of it anymore that way. So that's why we brought it back to the standard 740 by the
we
year.
were just concerned that when they narrowed up, we're gonna have an extremely hard problem with the arch that you have on it. If they leave it fairly flat by our driveways,
Yep.
it will be more acceptable.
So 6% gradient is what is design aids for that. So we were out there multiple times. I shot slopes, I shot distances or markets did. So they're building it according to what they're supposed to build.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're just, I mean, cause you look at, I know that's what the deal is.
So visibly, I see what you're saying. Without that vegetation in the forest slope, it'll look even narrower. So let that grow back and I think you'll see that it'll drive like other gravel roads in the county.
Okay,
That's just,
like I said.
I know what you're saying though, when you look at it, it looks,
Well, I said, you put two county trucks next to each other,
sure,
there's not a lot of room.
sure. Yeah, no, I get it. And it's 150 vehicles per day. So it does fall into the requirement. I mean, that's how we design it by the DOT standards. So I do understand what you're saying, but
It's
you get some vegetation there, you'll see that it's,
not as bad.
yeah, you go out and look at our gravel roads that we have. They're the same thing. They're 20-foot drivable top and we're just trying to get it down so we can maintain it. Because if we can't, we ain't never gonna get rid of that water and then you'll continually have those problems. So
You can't put enough rock in
Yeah.
to raise it up.
we surely didn't do it to upset anyone. We're just trying to get
I
it
know.
right so we can maintain.
We're
it.
just trying,
Yeah.
Rich, he was on the road
Yeah.
trucking today, and he wanted me to both come over here and just
Yeah,
show that
yeah.
we're concerned about how that road is coming with, especially.
It's a big difference from what it is now. You're right. Yeah.
We pull out, in and out with 3-axle trailers, and I have right now, with the 30-foot width, I have to put my front wheel almost in the far side ditch to make the curve.
Sure.
And if they allow us to go a little wider on the driveway, that would help a lot too.
So when we're cutting that forest shoulder, just maybe start earlier or start later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just allow us a little bit more room.
I don't think that's unreasonable now.
And that's,
Yeah.
but anyway, on the trees, I don't know what you guys do with them.
Yeah.
I
We
wanted to
can
bring
put a
it
work order in and we can have it removed.
Sounds good.
I'll add that to your other work order about that entrance culvert as well, and I'll throw that on there.
All right, that's all I needed.
Thank you, Jerry.
much.
Herb, did you have anything?
No, I just, was,
You're in town to sign paperwork for me, aren't you?
say what?
You're in town to sign paperwork for me.
Yeah, and I was down for, well, I guess if it was possible, I went ahead and looked, and if you guys always meet on Monday, I would like to make a suggestion that for your, agenda for June 15th, 2026, to put permission for the project, for, 714 project to be on the, courthouse property at between 7 and 8 o'clock on the morning of July 7th, so July 14th of 2026.
Yeah, we can make note of that. Okay, okay, does he need to get with Andy then, or not?
I mean.
I mean, they're like they're not using the electrical or anything like that, they're just,
So you're using the yard,
okay,
so he just has to fill, that's what the new thing is.
okay.
To fill out the application.
Does the yard include the sidewalk? We didn't go on the grass, we just stayed in the sidewalk, it was a small group, we were just on the sidewalk and the curb.
And how long, you go at 7:14 AM?
Yeah, we started about 10 after 7 this morning, we were done about 8, right about 8 o'clock.
Okay, and that's kind of what it'll be, you think,
I would
every year?
imagine, yeah. I don't know, this is the first year I did it, and they give you X number of chapters to read, we just,
Yeah, they've always come before and
yeah,
got it okayed by just the board,
yeah, so,
cause they use no power and,
yeah, so, yeah, and if you actually need to communicate with somebody that's officially a member of the group, then you need to talk to, what's Mike's wife's name?
Naomi Lett.
It's Lett, yeah, Naomi Lett, because is actually the appointed contact person. She just called me up to see about coming down here, and, I had been encouraged before, said, you need to stop at a supervisor's meeting sometime, and I had to talk to my neighbor. But that's how it is now, you need to talk to your neighbor to come to clarity.
I'll talk with Andy, Herb, and
Yeah.
I'll let you know
Okay, so,
what and if you need to do anything,
okay,
okay?
nope, that sounds good.
Thank you.
So, nope, I've never sat through a supervisor's meeting before.
Are you enjoying yourself?
It bears certain similarities and certain differences to church council.
Pastor Rick.
You need to shut the. Okay, moving on. Receive the quarterly revenue report from the Wright County Auditor. She had, for copies, $82.50, plat books and maps, $150, fireworks permits, $20, voter registration, nothing, a total of $252.50.
I'll make a motion. I will second.
All in favor?
I,
Thank you. Receive the quarterly revenue report from Wright County Recorder. I'm not reading all of yours off. No. Do you have anything you would like to add to it, or?
Just we're over $20,000 above what we were last quarter, which equates to over 3,600 more money for us. Well, sales are still strong, revenue stands so high, so. Yeah, plug it away.
Okay,
you could probably say the total received, right? Or no,
The second page is the total received, first page.
the 95,
Mhm.
$95,930.13.
yeah, total received was $95,930.13.
Motion to receive the quarterly revenue report from the Wright County Recorder.
Okay. All in favor?
I,
All ayes? Receive the treasurer's semi-annual report.
Okay, so first thing is the actual semi-annual.
So,
What's that? We got some nice $100 bills you would like.
oh, I must go see them.
You must do that. No, these are beautiful, and they're pristine, and they're old. Oh, I'm sorry, where the money is kept, at which banks? This is the one I would like to have back.
Is it in your drawer?
Actually, it's in my deposit, we can't.
thank you.
All right, this is outstanding as of 6:30.
What now?
Outstanding,
Outstanding checks.
and I think there might be a couple of deposits for. As of June 30.
How long are these outstanding?
I don't go over a year. I cancel them at a year.
Okay.
So.
Didn't catch you.
So Peggy, after a year, you can just, wait those, anything over a year?
Yeah, it doesn't stop them from being cashed. If someone find, like, we just ran one that was from 2020,
Okay.
then we just have to reverse it.
No, that was a question. Should we put something on our checks that say void after?
It doesn't matter, they can still cash them.
Okay.
Oh, I thought the bank stopped it.
If we did void after 90 days or something. 120.
But ours are warrants and not checks.
They'll be treated the same though. They'll continue to go through the bank. Yeah, I just clean them up just based on my own accounting, things cleaned up. But yeah, that one was from 2020. We had to clean up before the end of the fiscal year.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want anything else you'd like to? Just read my paper.
You have 5 minutes.
It's like the teacher's thing, pay attention to what I gave you, read your papers. You'll see, the only thing I can bring attention to would be on the revenue right here. On mine, it's highlighted, there's be some negatives. Those. Okay, so like the other treasurer fees, the negative 210, that comes from those parking tickets. Where we would have collected it, figured out that they had paid it, the city and had refunded. That's the kind of stuff we were dealing with. That's why we're going to stop.
Cause that's gonna be done in September.
September 15th.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be done. The second one, the other miscellaneous fees that are in the negatives, those aren't my office. I'm not really sure what the explanation is on that one. Sanitary, that looks like maybe had some negatives on that one. Sure. I'm guessing it's just stuff got put in the wrong account when we fixed it. So it's showing the negative.
And you want this one back to you.
The one with the bank account numbers on, I would like that.
Any questions for Peggy?
And the fund balances, those are the treasurer's fund balances, right? Just the treasurer side, the fund balance, on the fund balance sheet is, or does this match up with the?
That's
I assume
everything.
matches what the cash report.
That's
the
the
cash.
cash, that's,
Okay.
yeah. That's everything. Okay. You'll see the auditor's outstanding warrants up to the far right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I do have one question. With this one, the outstandings. What happens to those when they drop off, like withdrawals and deposits? Could you explain that?
Like as they get reconciled?
Yeah, like as you, like the oldest ones,
Oh,
11-4.
when I void them?
Yeah,
Okay, so when we void them, we actually void the check and then we do a deposit into one of our line items for voided canceled checks. And then when, let's say 5 years later, it gets ran through, then we just do the negative out of the voided canceled checks line item. And then reactivate this.
So you keep a record of all your stuff that doesn't get paid or they don't get cashed. So you can go back if something does come in 5 years later.
And then what about the deposit side?
Those deposits just haven't, hit the bank yet.
Okay, gotcha.
So those are like when it says IOP, those are credit card transactions in the office,
Okay,
and they haven't cleared the bank yet as of the 30th. And the wire ACH ERTs, those are our electronic registration titles,
okay.
still haven't cleared the bank yet. That's what those are. There might be like the deposits on the, you know. Yeah, and online, those are just people renewing stuff online. Motor vehicles.
Just trying to understand that.
No, that's okay. No, perfect. It just takes a few days.
I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's semi-annual report.
Second time.
All in favor? All ayes?
Thank you.
Tony. You are up.
You don't wanna read that long?
No.
This is our yearly applications, homestead tax credit, 65 plus, homestead exemptions, disabled vet homestead applications, and military exemption applications. The deadline is July 1st for the 2025 year. So these will show up in fall of 2026 tax statements, spring of 27. So we're kind of ahead. So I have a little over 100 homesteads, up over 60, 65 pluses. And then I have a bunch where they qualify, but the spouse is already receiving. So they'll only get one. We still allow them, it just doesn't give them any extra discount. There are also, we always get a few every year. In order to qualify for the 65 plus, you have to be 65 by January 1st. So they'll come in after they turn 65, but then they technically don't qualify until the following year. It's very confusing. So we keep those on hold and then bring them to you the following year. So we have 7 that didn't qualify for 24, but now will. I have 3 100% disabled vet exemptions, 5 military exemptions. The paperwork is getting very confusing for the military, DD 214s and the Veterans Affairs forms. So they're looking into, the state is looking into possibly having the VA send a letter or approve it first to kind of help us out. I always go to Chris Oliver with all of them and verify if they should qualify or not. She did recommend for one to not qualify. They are currently deployed now and they won't qualify until they come back. So, on the ones that we disallow the original application, we do send out a letter to them stating the supervisors disallowed and they have 20 days to get back to us if they are protesting it. So we do send those out every year. So they will be notified and I do put my number on there that they can call me if they have any questions. So. Any questions on them?
I'll go ahead and make a motion to, approve, and disapprove the ones that, Tony has made suggestions on. For the homestead tax credit applications, the 65%, 65 plus homestead exemptions, disabled veterans, and the military.
And we do put stickers on the bottom of them, just FYI, that says what year it's for, and we make copies for them. We do have to remind them, and it gets really confusing that it's a year until they see it. So we do put stickers for what year they will qualify on the bottom there.
That's nice.
So, and then I did put little sticky notes for allow, disallow for your signatures. So if you have any questions, yell.
Okay,
We can put the date in for you on our little stampy if you'd like.
super.
Okay. Thank you.
That's the question.
Yeah,
So once you qualify, like for being over 65, is that a one-time deal or do I have to sign up for that every year?
Nope, it's a one-time thing. The homestead and, the military and the 65 plus, if you qualify, you own the property and you live in it, you qualify for it, it's just a one-time sign up.
Okay.
Unless you move, you have to resign, or unless there's like a name change, you have to resign, that type of thing. Yep, just a one-time thing up in our office.
okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Hi.
Aye. All ayes. Jeremy,
First item is consider DOT detour agreement for their project next year, which will be bridge replacement on Highway 3 west of town between Ida and Jackson. I'm gonna give you guys all copies. I'm gonna give you the one that needs a signature. And I so kindly give you a little arrow where you need to sign, if you do agree. So this is going to be, the route is going to be exactly what we're paving this year. So it's gonna be from the Holmes corner south, around the curve, nope, the red line, there you go. Nope, here.
Too far over.
So we're gonna
Red
go,
line.
we're gonna go here,
Oh.
around the curve, over to 69.
and how long is that supposed to?
I don't know I mean, their contract won't come up until next year, I'm assuming, so,
So
or their project.
9 times out of 10, people are gonna take gravel roads.
Potentially, yes.
I would.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, no, the map is on that second page.
What's wrong with the bridge that's there?
So you remember that other bridge to the east of that, they slid boxes under, it's the same.
They're gonna do the same thing?
No, I don't believe they're gonna do the same thing, because that's more of a drainage district, or drainage area. And in that same paperwork, you'll see in the back where we are compensated for the use of that road as a detour.
So they take pictures of it and,
So that, yeah, the DOT compensates us for the use of the second
Yeah.
road. So it is exactly what we're paving.
and how long do you think this will take?
I haven't seen the plan, so I don't know what they're putting in, if they're putting in a slab bridge, if they're putting in a beam bridge, I don't know what they're putting in, but it's probably in that, I would assume 3 to 6 month range. Would be my guess.
I don't know.
So
It's gonna suck.
it's the second, I believe it's the bridge right before you run into, Monty Anderson's on the north side there. So that furthest west bridge. It'd be 1.5 miles east of the Holmes corner. Yeah.
Yes, there's also a natural gas pipeline that crosses there.
Yep.
So it may be a little bit longer than.
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
the normal one.
Yeah.
And that's slated to start when?
That'd be the production, next year's production. So it'd be next summer, most likely.
Great.
You still have a new road for them to drive on.
Yeah, no, it'd be a nice smooth road.
Okay.
So
So
anyway, that is
So then
considered
their compensation is for like any damages that were to happen.
compensations for the use of the road essentially, like. I mean, if any damages are outside of normal use, that would be between them and the engineer to.
Cause there's a lot of traffic on Highway 3.
Yes, there is. That's gonna be a lot of cut through areas, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
We have a motion so I can sign this?
I'll make a motion to, approve the agreement for the DOT initiated detour of the primary highways onto local roads and have the chairman sign.
Second.
Okay, Lynn seconded. Sorry, Dean. All in favor? All ayes? Print name? Shelley?
You understand that? Like you're saying, if there's any other damages above.
And beyond, they always pay for it.
Yeah, and we would be in context.
Thanks.
We'll have to wait for the next thing.
Okay. Seismic testing update.
So here's an updated map. I believe these are additions.
Additions to what was before.
Yes. In green.
Oh.
These are in compliance with the 250 foot.
Yes, correct.
There's a small section of.
Dean, you probably, I'll leave you a copy, but,
I could send him a picture.
or, yeah.
Are you driving?
No, he's,
No. And those are obviously no action, that's information only,
okay,
letting you know of that update. You want, I'm gonna give you a copy of this for 270th Street, if anybody's got any questions on it. Indicating the vehicles per day. And our design.
Okay.
Okay.
thank you. Okay, secondary roads update.
Can I ask one more question on seismic testing?
If you want.
Have they, got permits, from you at all, or are they just only contacting private landowners now?
I'm believing there's an agreement, right, a road use agreement, which covers everything, and then they
Okay.
have to get landowners permissions.
Okay.
Yeah. So there'd be no permits for us, it's under, it'd be in that agreement.
Okay.
That you guys did, yeah.
Okay,
Get the picture, Dean.
okay, update on roads.
All right, last week, obviously, we know we had a little bit of a moist week. Blades were hauling to some spots that had some water over the road. Also doing routine blading. Trucks were hauling to those spots. Year 2 rock hauling, year 1 gravel hauling, we've moved on to gravel hauling now because we're nearly completed with rock hauling. And then we were stockpiling some shoulder material as we're redoing the shoulders. Or adding to the shoulders. Mowing hard surfaces, all zones are complete, 100% complete for hard surface routes. Work orders were a little bit low last week, 6, and that was highly due to the water issues. Hauling objectives, we are 99.9% done on, rock hauling, 88 of 88 miles, we end up being from our estimate to what we haul 0.91 ton shoulder. So that's pretty good. Year 1 gravel, 361 tons of hauled to date. So we're just starting gravel, so that's obviously a good percentage. Bridge updates. The Voss Bridge, we did no work last week too, due to the high water. We have to get in and do some dirt work on the west side, and they're unable to do that. Marcus is down there this morning evaluating what the next steps are gonna be. Belmont Bridge, last week we did get some work in. We're getting ready to drive the south pier piling. So we will be driving pier piling this week if, I don't know what the water level looks like on the way here. Did you, is it up? Yeah. So if it came up at all, we will be in trouble again for the week. So they have their work area is about a foot above the water level last week. So I'm sure we're in trouble. I'm sure we're drowning out again. So.
And we're supposed to get more rain.
Yeah, it's a low lying area. It's just tough to. We just unfortunately, we need some dry weather, so. And we will be moving in, sounds like August 1st for the route we just talked about that the DOT will use for detour. We'll be coming in milling that surface. So a company will come in, mill out 3 inches in depth, the whole route. And then not knowing exactly the time frame when the asphalt will come in. So prepare for, that's a very central located area in the county. It's a heavy traffic route, so there'll be some delays. So we will put that information out there daily on where they're at, because they will do it in segments. We have 15 miles.
Will they stockpile that material or what?
Correct. Yeah, so that material, which is called RAP, recycled asphalt, will be brought to The contractor has utilized the use of the city dump area out on Reed or past Reed. That's where the plant's gonna be put up. So they'll bring it out there, stockpile it, and then as we start making asphalt, they'll use that stockpile. But yes, it'll all be stockpiled.
And then my other question, Jeremy, was, with the recent flooding and issues over the road, we're adding that on to, or we're working with Jerica, on those.
Correct.
additional dollars?
Yep, correct. Every single action we've taken from the office all the way to the road is treated as a FEMA project.
Okay.
So all data is collected and everything's tracked. So if it were to be able to get to that point, with surrounding counties, gets to that number, that threshold, we will be ready to go.
Have there been other counties?
I believe Hancock has some. I just don't know. Adam would know the threshold before that gets activated, but we treat every single time we get flooding, we treat it like it's gonna be a FEMA event.
Anything else before the secondary roads? Thank you.
Thank you.
Old business.
County fair was a success, even though we had the rain. It was just a little bit wet.
Very wet.
Yeah.
All the events, all the grandstand events able to, go, including the tractor pulls?
No, there was only one event that went, was the concert, and they moved that up by the free stage. Everything else was canceled.
Okay.
For new, I've got Andrew Yackel.
Right on time.
When do I get my gold watch?
Can you take a picture for the website? Me.
What'd you call me?
I said me and Andy.
Andrew, looks like a wide angle lens.
How many years?
I'd like to present Andrew with a 15-year award.
All right.
Andrew, did you get a 5 and a 10?
I got a 10 and I'm a 5.
I didn't get a 10, sorry.
When do I get the check at least?
Favorite.
It's in the mail. And also, Tiffany isn't here. Tiffin Pullman received appreciation of 5 years of commitment to serving Wright County and its citizens. Update on meetings.
Minus Zoom meeting tomorrow at 3:00. It's to approve the Region 5, regional transportation implementation program, for the year 2026 through 2029. That's all I have this week.
Have Board of Health on Wednesday.
Landfill meeting on Wednesday.
Anything else before the board?
I do on Sunday to go to Mille Lacs fishing. I will attempt to call in. Sometimes I've got good cell service out on the lake. Sometimes I don't, but I will attempt to call in on Monday, the 21st.
Okay,
I depart on, Sunday, return on Wednesday.
Enjoy.
anything else?
Motion to adjourn.
All right, thank you, Dean.